Um, I was just thinking how I tend to kind of ask, like, am I going to be safe? And I feel like everything you've said, it turns it right back around. It's like, I am safe. Like, it's just like, instead of like looking outside for that, it's like, I can give that to myself. So thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that, because um you may notice a theme in my talks is always about that autonomy, about being that creator of our universe. One of the programs that I'm writing right now is called Victim to Creator. And it literally talks about 4 stages to go through your experience, where you're being a victim and life is happening to you, to when you become objective and you recognize that life is happening with you, to moving into being a manifester where you recognize that I am creating in my life, to transcending even further into I direct everything in my reality. And what you're talking about for that feeling of safety comes from that I'm directing my reality. The safety here will manifest outside of myself, even in conflict. There was a time where a very similar kind of thing happened, where instead of over a live chat, I did kind of get into an altercation with somebody who really wanted to cause me physical harm. And exercising that feeling of safety disarmed them, because there was nothing for their anger, their frustration to hit up against. It was a time where there was like global frustration. It had very little to do with me, but they saw me as a face to exercise their need for power. And like, that was, again, one of those moments where cellularly and instinctually, my body was freaking out. It was like, they're telling you you're gonna die. And like, my body was like explosions going off. And then I just had this feeling inside of myself. I refuse to believe that I can live in a world where I would be unsafe. I just continue to reject that as being a possibility. I refuse to go into their anger with them. It was just all the things that I knew I didn't want to be, and reminding myself of all the things that I did want to be. I did want to have compassion for them. I did want to hold space for their anger, because I knew I could transmute it, as opposed to if they got in that same argument with another person who had a short fuse, it would have caused the big explosion. It's just really, who am I wanting to manifest and realize myself into? And like I said, it takes a lot of inquiry into oneself to really ground that into an embodied state. Sometimes I thought I could do stuff that I got myself in a pickle, and I was hurt for days. And then that hurt healed into another epiphany and another epiphany. So even when we're not in that moment that we can feel safe and we get hurt, just recognize that suffering is grace. You found something inside of yourself, whether it's in being rejected by your family, your community, that you're still going to know what matters to you and who you are in those times. And that will sort out that lack to embody into magnetism. So thank you for asking that. Thank you so much.